This is Sarmat, also known as Satan II missile. Russia test-fired this new intercontinental ballistic missile as part of efforts to modernize the country's nuclear forces. As the missile test sent shockwaves across the world, President Vladimir Putin smiled. Putin said that the nuclear-armed Sarmat missile would enter combat service at the end of the year. It was built to replace the aging Soviet-built Voyevoda. This is the most powerful missile in the world, Putin declared, adding that the combined power of the Sarmat's individually targeted warheads is more than 4 times higher than that of any Western counterpart. Days later, the United States was not behind as it gets ready to show off its Minuteman-3 monster. How do these destructive missiles compare? The Russian leader has repeatedly brandished the nuclear sword after sending troops into Ukraine in February 2022 to try to deter the West from ramping up support for Ukraine. Since coming to power in 2000, Putin has overseen efforts to upgrade the Soviet-built components of the Russian nuclear triad, deploying hundreds of new land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, commissioning new nuclear submarines, and modernizing nuclear-capable bombers. The Sarmat, designated Satan II in the West, is meant to replace about 40 Soviet-built Voyevoda missiles. After its development began in 2011, the missile had only one known successful test and reportedly suffered a massive explosion during an abortive test in 2024. With a range of more than 35,000 kilometers, it is capable of suborbital flight to render air defenses useless. The Minuteman-3, it's a class of weapon known as an intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM. The term refers to the fact that it has a global reach. It is ballistic because its trajectory consists of 3 parts: powered flight from the ground through the Earth's atmosphere, free flight through space, and re-entry until it hits its target. The US has over 400 of the missiles, each with a single nuclear warhead attached. The missiles are guided to a target by a self-contained navigation system that uses motion and rotation sensors to track and update the missile's position and orientation. Each Minuteman-3 missile is based in its own underground silo, hardened with concrete to withstand an enemy nuclear strike. The silo is linked via communications cables to a launch control center, also underground. The last remaining nuclear arms pact between Russia and the US expired in February, leaving no caps on the world's 2 largest atomic arsenals for the first time in more than half a century and fueling fears of an unconstrained nuclear arms race. Russia's effort to revamp its nuclear forces is likely to push the United States to launch a costly modernization of its arsenal.